Barl, Jarvis, Arkham, a ton of players, Harrians that we've seen over the course of the entire day so far from NA West. But I want to take 2 seconds real quick and look specifically at Symmetrical. 5 games played, 3 victory royales. Here's what's shown up so far. This is scary consistency minus this outlier number 3 there. But if you look in the bottom right, placement has been huge thus far. 70% of the 50 points that he's earned up until now. It's crazy. It's a spread like we have not typically seen. Usually we see closer to 40-60 or even a 50-50 down the line. But like I said, 5 games left, still Symmetrical on a solid push. See if he can maintain that top 1, 2, 3 position. You have to remember, if Pika does maintain number 1, he's already qualified. So those 2 positions for NA West shift down just one bump. A lot of competition still out there. This is the last week for solos across the board. This is the last set of games for the last region. Before we get to those, we got to take a quick 5-minute break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to cast this thing and knock out the rest of the weekend. See you in a bit.
Zeke, this is it. This is the last chance, all right? People need to know about this block party, all right? This is your last opportunity to get them involved, to get them hyped. Zeke, everyone's going to be there, all right? DJ Zeke's going to be there. DJ Sundown's going to be there. Everyone's going to be there, all right? The people are waiting. All right. You know what, man? I'm DJ Zeke. I don't need no card. But what you need to do is buy your tickets to the block party. Tickets are only $35, Fortnite fam. Listen, all right? June 15th, 16th at the LA Forum. Day 1, Creative Showdown. Listen, all right? Team Evolve built an incredible map. Spoiler alert, it's dope. Day 2, Celebrity Pro-Am. 50 pro gamers, 50 celebrities, all battling out for a $3 million charity prize pool. What more do you want? What more do you need? Fortnite fam, you need to be there because we are ready to party with you. Bam!
Heyo Fortnite fam, Sundown here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Flintlock pistol and its impact on competitive play.
The Flintlock pistol is a great addition. Sometimes it'll just change the course of a fight.
The things you can do is insane. You can get height with it. It shoots pretty far. You can almost use it as an AR at the beginning game just to get one shot. It'll hit for like 80, 90 in the body.
And this is looking really good for Horrify, but the Flintlock is going to get the high ground. Nikiva, such a smart play.
The Flintlock is a common and uncommon weapon that uses heavy ammunition. It does 86 or 90 damage depending on rarity, and it has a 2 times headshot multiplier. This means that outside of a sniper rifle, it has the in the game. However, the Flintlock only allows for 1 shot at a time, has pretty decent damage fall off, and also takes 3 seconds to reload. In addition to all of this, the Flintlock also has a mobility component to it. When fired, it will impulse the shooter backwards, and if the bullet strikes a target, it will impulse the target away from the shooter. This can allow for some tricky plays to be made.
Player there, runs out into the storm, jumps, finds him, yeah!
We've seen a decent amount of use out of the Flintlock during the Fortnite World Cup online open qualifiers. So let's hear from some of the qualified players to get their opinion on its addition to the game.
If I'm low on HP and I have to choose one weapon, it will be this one. You can actually like kill someone from 200 HP to 0 without taking any shots.
And it's also really good for competitive play because if you're high ground or if you want to get away from a situation, the Flintlock, when you use it, it knocks you some distance so you can get away or you can get high ground over someone. I think it just adds a lot of like different plays you can make with it. I think it's good.
I personally really like the Flintlock. I think it's a really good weapon. I think it's a really, really strong weapon in the right hands. You need to know how to use it and you need to base your...
Just the kind of weapon we need more.
I definitely think it's one of the better things that have been added skill-wise. I like that it's so versatile. I really like him competitive. Definitely deserves a spot here.
Thanks for watching, and hopefully you saw how the Flintlock can be utilized in the right hands. What is the best Flintlock play you've done or seen? Share it with us using the hashtag Fortnite World Cup, and we'll be seeing you guys on the battle bus, or maybe Flintlocking through the air.
Welcome back, Fortnite fans, to continued coverage of the Fortnite World Cup Online Open Qualifiers. Now, of course, if you've been with us, you know we're in week number 9. We are knee-deep in NA West action, and I'm not going to hold you up much longer. Let's get Dr. Lupo, Monster D-Face up on deck because I want to get into more games. Gentlemen, over to you.
How's it going, man? I'm ready to crush it today. NA West, looking towards the very end of the day, which means this is the very end of solo qualifiers for New York City.
Last opportunities, guys, to get in there and make it happen. So we're going to be hopping right into these next set of games. And, I mean, we saw the leaderboard symmetrical just at the top. We've seen them kind of rocking it out.
Speaking of symmetrical, look, wait, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bushes in a row, and I think a 6th bush inside the box. Are those all players on the outside, or what's going on here? The camouflage is so good, I can't really tell. My vision is based on movement, so I'm not. I'm like a T-Rex. Oh, the trap behind. Ilchase pushing away. Barely dodging that one. Loadout looking a little thin right now. Blue tactical AR, blue combat shotgun, which I'm going to be honest means, honestly, the world at this point. How a lot of these players are playing. A gray AR, not too bad. 23 points thus far, 1 elimination, 78 builds, and a dream of New York City.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is here. He only had 45 minutes left to queue up. That's going to be a second elim. 40-plus players remaining as the moving zone's just about to get cracking here.
Rift into shadow bombs. Let's go.
That's what he needs, man.
Rift into shadow bombs. Do it. There it is. Sending.
That's a freebie of a rotation straight across the entire field here.
No reason to go too early either. I mean, at this point, he's just going to try and drop in and get high ground of what's still safe. Landing just outside the zone. Going to box up and build a little bit of a base up in the air. Combat shotgun, attack AR. Not a ton of ammunition for that tack. I say that only 100 rounds, but it's still only 100 rounds. No opportunities to take too many shots on players rotating. Aiden, one of the stars of NA West, floating around in a baller there. Meanwhile, Epic Whale, Kanji, about to take a shot at this heavy snipe and see if he can follow through. I almost guarantee. There it is. 1, 2 shots. A couple shield tags on the inside. Didn't even look like critical damage, though, which is too bad.
Crazy to see how much the game has changed, too. I've seen players rocking double heavy snipes, if you can find them.
Back to back.
They can
Quick
catch
scope
people
the second
off guard, yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you see someone that's maybe mid-heal, they're going to try and finish that mini. Because there's a bit of hesitation. They're thinking, I need to pop this so I can make sure that I get the shield. When in fact the thought should be, I need to wall off after the first heavy snipe because there's got to be a second or something's on its way still. Heroes and Edgy, 2 eliminations here for Epic Whale. The 4 now, 29 points and 141 builds. 2 rifts, those are going to need to be used relatively soon, or they're almost obsolete. We'll see though. Launch pad into a rotation around the mountain we go.
Yeah, he did get shot there, so he's going to have to land, kind of slow things down just a little bit. Someone got boogied over to his left-hand side. Is he going to snatch up that opportunity to kind of jump on, get snot? That player got right back in the ball and down the hill he went.
Gotta go. No time to waste any of it. Player dropping in above. Epic Whale trying to follow through on that. Elam can't quite find it, and a big combat shotgun shot from that range. Very effective as Epic Whale's forced down to 76. Gonna have to play on the defense. Use that rift. Probably the last super safe time to use it, assuming nobody looks up. One of those players that may look up for too long. Jarvis, somebody we've had our eyes on a number of times for NA West already.
I was literally watching him back in the talent room. Jarvis.
That's real. I can confirm that he actually was.
Yeah, like just sitting there staring at his games because he's been having quite the run. A couple unfortunate hiccups, but all in all, just pretty decent run here. He's really made his way to the top of the radar, and I've been so interested to kind of follow his gameplay at this point. Up in the right-hand corner, guys, Victor Royale worth 10 points, but don't forget placements are all the way through. And talk about that, top 25 just grants Jarvis and everyone else in this lobby a couple more points just for being alive right now. And each elimination is worth 1. That's Nico, goes down to Jarvis.
Quick reaction, player pushing up, no builds for Jarvis right now, just 1, now 0, and shots come out from a corner, edit up above. Jarvis gonna have to try and apply pressure. There's no other opportunity. Just kidding. Sculler goes down, looking for a back-to-back. Denying the feed just in case those elims come in way too quick. Ruddy goes down as well. PGG Jarvis moving forward. Excellent set of plays. No materials still, though, after building himself into a box. Finds Oh, an attempt on a player. The shadow bomb there. He got locked in on it. Somebody else from above does follow through with shots. Sealmat, his duo right here.
Yeah, a little bit of a standoff there. I see Kate and G all in those players' names.
Oh, yeah.
So, bunch of friends basically at this point, all in the same lobby.
Oh,
but here they're enemies. Aiden jumps up, goes with the side hop, takes the high ground using the storm. But the cost, 60 HP to take this high ground, and the opponent didn't even expect it.
Not a big deal.
It was worth it.
Not a big deal, honestly. He may have spent the 60 HP. Use it as a commodity to make his way to the top. A very good push with the baller. Take high ground, shot from above, combat shotgun, so powerful. We're going to see it again for just a second. Weapon swap it at the TAC AR. Looking for shots, watching for opponent underneath. Drop it down.
A little scout to the high ground. Everything seems to be clear, and he knows players are taking his time here. You don't ever want to get too close to your opponent. He's trying to find an opportunity. Will he find it here? As it's declining slowly but surely once again. He's keeping this high ground. He used a baller to get here. You can tell that he still has fairly comfortable materials for endgame. Deuces goes down there as Aiden is continuing to rain down top 3 situation. Trashy versus Little Chase. Trashy catches that one, and Aiden is now at 100 shield here in a 1v1 versus Trashy. Is he going to be able to close out? We'll find out now.
Just a second here. Aiden moving forward, double layering up above. Trashy stuck on the low ground, no build, shots from underneath, down to 69 HP. The shadow bomb in an attempt to maybe make a climb here using the tree potentially, but Aiden is doing an excellent job of zoning Trashy out. No attempt, no climb. He's taking an opportunity, pop a couple minis. It may not be enough, though. Aiden stuck right next. No way! And Trashy with the 9,000 IQ play to literally just sit in the bottom. Exactly.
He faked him.
He popped the shadow bomb, but didn't even push. He sat, and Aiden spent all this time trying to track what couldn't even be tracked because Trashy was still in the bottom. Aiden literally lost an easily winnable game just because of an outplay mentally.
I promise you this, he'll never do that again.
Oh,
because
100%.
There's a distinct sound when someone jumps with the shadow bomb. And Aiden just, out of pure defense and safety, precaution, put up the planks to protect himself, but he traded out storm damage. I bet you Aiden never makes that error again right there. And this is the rinse and repeat that competitive players have to go through. You have to go through these and then learn from your mistakes most importantly.
It's like you ever see like the label warnings on a product and you look at it and you're like, why is that on there? But you realize that's got to be on there because it happened one time, right?
It can happen.
One time. And the same thing applies here. You don't think about it until you're in the situation where you're like, wait, this is a thing that I need to be concerned with because it caught you off guard and maybe cost you, in that case, potentially 4 points if Aiden had gotten the elimination and the push from the Victory Royale. Yeah, like you said, it's not going to happen again because I think Aiden's got the warning label on now, right?
That's right, and this is what the World Cup is all about, and that's why this is the best practice for qualified players, regardless. He's still a champ, we'll see him in New York City, but Snorrier catches that whiz, very nice.
It's Harrians, dude.
Oh my.
Backwards. Bro,
call me way off. I'm like,
you got
sorry.
duped so bad. Oh, shout out to Harrians for having a name that not even literally one of the most knowledgeable players I've ever seen. Monster D-Face can see it. If you have other names that are like that, anybody that's got a backwards one.
Whoever's working on you building your brand is fire them because you're not winning with that.
Tag Monster D-Face on Twitter, hashtag Fortnite World Cup. We got to get a list of names for Monster to look out for so we didn't stumble on any more, right?
That was a tough one, dude.
Player taking shots all the way across, 32 remaining. We got 7 more to go before we're into placement points.
Here it is, Spook. Wait, did I read? No, it's Coops. It's Coops. No, this is right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea at this point.
We don't know anymore, but here it is, Spook. Hopefully, looking to pop someone here. Finds the window. It's a nice weak build right there, and oh man, building with Willet is terrible. Way above the threshold here. He's closing in on his top 25. Can he hold out? It's really what he's looking for. 38 points. He's in contention. There's still time to queue up here. He is totally in the running right now. And that's a big 3-piece right there. 2 huge legendary AR shots connect. One being a headshot, rips apart the shield. Combat follow-up, so clean. Spook goes back into recycle the geyser and just going to keep him in the air, just trying to get this placement right now.
2 quick ticks out in the storm, but does have the highest drop right now, slowly floating in. Bucky starting to take shots. Wouldn't surprise me if descent happens very quickly from those that are still floating because of that. Power on the bottom, you saw for just a second, very low HP. Tricks picking Vita off the feet. Alex Toast getting an elimination. Power going down to himself and the storm. Hate to see that player on the outside. Alex Toast does get eliminated. Almaken, 26 left. One more goes down. Whoever this 26th position is going to feel bad about missing placement points, but it is the way of the road, as they say. Ultra Laser Hawk is the player, and we are now in the top 25 for placement. Everybody picking up 3 points. The community launchpad may be going to pay the price. Doesn't quite go down. Almaken down to 66, catching a competing player, going for the same launch pad, and everybody's flying in here at Lazy Lagoon. We're basically headed straight. In fact, it's an entirely in the water 8th circle that we're moving towards right now.
And like placement was only just barely given out. As we're in 20 players on a riverbed, you can't walk down there.
Nope.
You have to build. This is such a weird end game.
I mean, you could try, but it's going to be real sad when you have to jump along the bottom. Look at this, Foxy Boxy taking shots and then immediately getting shot at from Ty Tanks above. Goes down and Ty pushes in to try and get the loot. Player competing for that. Barband going down outside. Spook rotating forward, maintaining basically the 3rd floor up. A rip, gonna use it, maybe not. Decides not to, gonna move forward. A player dropping in the same box. Surprise, I'm in the box too, and Dotback goes down. Spook maintaining all the way on the outside of the zone. A couple storm ticks. That siphon actually did end up saving him, down to 49 HP now. 12 players left. Ty, Spook. A number of other players rotating in, stuck on the bottom underneath the waterfall. People
He got
gonna
up and
climb
over,
their way
though.
up.
He did get up and over. That's going to be a weird place to rotate up. He knows that's why he's looking right now, trying to see if he can find someone. Players are going to go down to the storm right now. That's one. Iota goes down already. It's such a weird spot. Their struggle must be happening here. Synergy and Diggles fighting in the zone as well.
Quick edit and a shot. Combat shotgun rotating around the outside, trying to chase that player down. Decides not to continue pushing just in case somebody else might be there. Like Ty Tanks, a quick elim there, picking up another siphon. The 50 HP shield total there, very important.
Just a bit ago, he had 49 health, guys. Now he's at 150. He is in the game right here.
Swing.
Will he get to 200 in time? Nope, someone snatches it up, but it's okay. He catches Herons.
The rift.
Right there, and there is a free rift. Definitely want to use that. Everyone already to the sky at this point. Top 5, all placement points have been given out, besides the victory royale at this point.
Knocking on the ultimate low ground, taking shots. Traps to defend from anybody dropping in, like Just Chillin', who does go down very quickly. Another elimination, 7 now in 5 builds. Maybe looking for another shot on the players underneath. There are a handful down there. A quick grenade. I don't know if you caught that. Just tosses one down to see if he can get a hit on somebody. Maybe the 60 seconds before the storm.
Can he get it?
Dicks him
Can
out.
he get it?
Caught on the outside. He's got one build. Floor. He's going to have to push up, find it. Gets it.
Did he get it?
Bertsack.
Can he get the mats?
Dropping in.
He got
Maybe.
a few.
He did.
Yeah,
He did. He's
just
good
a few.
still. 3 players. Almaken in the ultimate low. And watch this. Everybody's about to get pushed in the air because the path of the storm. And that might...
He needs to hit the shot.
Very difficult lobbies. You're on West 2 spots, by the way. Top 2 of 3,000 people. Top 2 of 3,000 people is... That's terrifying to think that that's how narrow it is. That's how few people make it through. We've gone through multiple weeks of this, of players trying to play out of their minds. Cryptic Slays picks up the first elim. A couple easy shots, the AR from above.
That's that boombo, though, man. Ripped apart all the shield on that player.
Just recently nerfed, too. A little bit of a
drawback decrease.
A quarter of a second longer now, but players still very efficient with it. You just have to time it a little bit better.
Any kind of change to that weapon is welcome, I'm sure.
You trying to tell me that people have a problem with the relative utilization of a weapon? Fortnite Battle Royale, the ultimate Battle Royale experience? No way.
Of course not, dude.
Never. Smile.
Insane.
You're insane.
Here we have
You're insane.
Blixifer. 2 stinkers. We saw stinkers kind of clean up some players earlier today. Just an end game with no way to defend against it. Persian goes down. Now Blix. He can take this ball. He can just go through the loot if he really wants to. He's not going to do so. So he's going to be content with what he has and get to the next zone here.
Too risky at this point. He's got to rotate so far still, and you've got so many players that are still out here ahead of the zone. JP2 right there. King Flash at the top, challenging Cryptic Slays. Hunt as well, landing the same spot, and Spicy right underneath. Meanwhile, Saf from Ghost looking to make a play down here in the bottom, decides to not get too aggressive and uses that rift, seeing most likely that right now, or at the time of the rift, 27 players left. I think the option there was, I don't even want to risk it. I want my placement points, which he gets now.
Yeah, not only that, someone like, he had like 2 players somehow end up in his box. One might have been a shadow, and the other might have been a baller, so.
Exactly.
He is not trying to stick around there.
The best course of action, honestly. Down to 22 now, and he's got to make it to 15. You see the top right there, the placement required to get the next set of points.
He's doing pretty good for himself this game right here. He's got double heals going on, playing for the high ground, manages to take it up, and it's his.
Do it,
He's just got to run it up. He's connecting with all the combat. Someone is trying to break him down. Doesn't even matter. He does manage to connect here, and there's 2 or 3 players now above him. He's going to use that moment of distraction to lower his elevation and probably just go back on the hunt in just a bit here, but
Still
stinkers are chasing.
One more needs to go down.
Look at that dodge right there. Sidestep, fake out. Now taking down the high ground player again, but lets his guard down, and someone's already on it.
Actually did pick up an elimination fake. He jumped off the top. Ended up going down to that. In the feed right there. 11 players left. Saf, 2 eliminations, 56 builds, and it's pretty much all metal, which is perfect for late game. If you had to have a situation where you get 1 material at the end, it's got to be metal every single time. You use that to zone people out as the storm's pushing in behind. Slows them down because they have to try and knock out those walls, and it's going to take multiple hits. And at the same time, maybe a chance for you to edit back, go for elimination. Hector here, the ultimate low ground. Moving forward, 35 points so far. Still in contention. Cryptic Slays in your feed, putting it down to the top 10 remaining. Fet goes down.
Yes, indeed. There's a player right here. He does have the edit, makes the double shot, connects with a 136 combat. Just 1 hit was the one that took him down, but didn't break the wall in time. Is he going to be?
Oh, what a bait.
King Flash was waiting for that. But hey, he brought in a slurp juice for King Flash. That's going to be a big come up for him. And
special delivery.
Let's look at how much health these players in the low ground have. No Flash, just gets 1 elim right there. It's going to put him back in. He did get hit.
Saf in the ultimate high ground, just big chilling with already built structures. In fact, he owns a number of them. You see from this corner, he's going to watch for the shots. Finds 2. That player's down to less than 50. He's going to push forward, and it's Cryptic Slays goes down. We are now in a top 4 situation. Cryptic at least getting the top 5 points there. 7 from that. 49, though, total for Saf. Looking to put himself in the top 10. Hopefully the top 2 if he can make his way all the way to the top. And speaking of the top, climbing out of basically all the pre-built structures. Spicy, Sage peek right on top of each other. Spicy picks up that elimination. 3 players left. Schlump, the ultimate low ground. My friend out there in the corn. I feel that for sure. Saf in the ultimate high, dropping down, starting to descend. A little bit of fall damage. Both players at the bottom are literally dancing inside and outside of each other's builds right now. Corner edits happening. A ramp to push Spicy all the way in the bottom, and Saf and Spicy to 1v1.
it's the cornfield, it's the hayfield. Like
he's got layers above him already.
Yeah.
For just a second.
Like,
Spicy's got 7
Sap's
builds.
like, no way, dude. I ain't going down there.
I want to see a Spicy push out just 2 or 3 floors out, launch pad to try and take high ground and push the shotgun. Do it.
Sap's not having it. 1 campfire's down. There's the second, sits in the middle. Out comes the bandages, and that's his game.
Spicy was sitting on the launch pad. I would have loved to see him push out, put down a quick floor launch, fly up, and try and take high ground, shoot down from above, especially with a tactical shotgun. You don't have the range of the combat, so if you're going to try and compete with that, you're going to fail. AR shots from underneath, potentially, but with the amount of materials that you could already see the player above him layering up, double layering pyramids and floors. So at that point, pressuring with a high ground takeover, in my opinion, granted, I'm only me.
You're you.
But you never know. Like, I feel like that was the play. Thoughts?
I mean, think about it. There's only a couple of spots for qualification. If I'm being honest, to make it all the way through, you got to take risk. We've seen it happen all day today. 1-point differences, tiebreaker differences.
Yep.
You got to make risk right there. Like, that was an elimination you could have taken. But he just said, you know what? He weighed his card and said, I have the bandage, I have the campfire. I'm going to go for the hail off. You lose a point. You leave a point on the field.
Was it NA East had, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 9th and 10th were all 60 points? 4
players in a 60-point tiebreaker bracket, and Creo just barely eked out.
So you're looking at that and you're thinking, I should probably push this, maybe.
Don't leave anything up for grabs. Can't in those final moments, but
39 players left.
How it all kind of crumbles in that one, but here it is, symmetrical. We saw having quite the day today if he can continue to just hold out.
We had a chance to look at his first 5 games of the day, the breakdown, and he was so heavily weighted on placement. He's playing so strategically that 4 eliminations right now, multiple wins. I believe he had 3 games that were wins, and this might actually be one of them. We'll see before too long. One that he went out at 100th. I know that feeling. Don't worry.
If you're going to go down, might as well be 100. Get all your time back.
Like, you know what? On to the next one. Keep on rolling.
You know, most players don't get 10 in anyway, so it is all good. Poor Fishman right here. Wheels catches a ton of damage. It was white, so you know he's going to keep the pressure up here.
100%.
And yep, he's going to keep it nice and safe. Here's the minis. This is checkmate, buddy. Hello. Bye-bye. I mean, yes, Ethan.
I'm assuming it's Ethan. Can't really tell. Question mark then. Put Wheels from WBG picking up a solid elimination. Good mechanical technique there. Getting the quick replaces, quick edits, the swipes. You can see him. I love that you can see him too. How fast they're activating the edit, swiping, confirming the edit, and then just quickly taking a shot. Sog is the ultimate high ground. Looks like an legendary AR in his hands.
I would not want to play on 60 hertz. I'm sorry.
Struggle.
That's rough.
It's the struggle.
Respect to Soggy's on 60 hertz, man.
Who knows if that's UV actually is. The name itself, though, very funny. I commend him. Moving forward. Little corner edit. More and more players, instead of capping off with a ramp and flipping it, have been doing a pyramid and just choosing which corners they want to raise up, because you can immediately just look down, reset it, and drop down, change corners. See multiple 3 players in rotation, finds the weakest one. Look at the damage above the threshold for Storm Surge. 1,338 damage above the threshold. Till it's down to 30 players in the top left corner of your screen, folks. Storm Surge will apply damage ticks to everybody that's still in until it's down to 30, or that is everybody that's below the threshold, the damage cutoff. So you have to make sure that you're dealing as much damage as you can. Like Alberto here, only 80 above.
Barely above, but lucky for him, he's just outside of the threshold, so he should be okay here. Alberto, 2 Rift-to-Goes. 3 Shadow Bombs. He's got everything he needs to kind of play for placement here. You might as well at this point, and that's why he's choosing to just rotate, not necessarily firing at anyone. Just notice the holds here. Now he's going on defense. Holding builds. Keeping it nice and calm. If you don't fire back, people are going to start targeting you, and that's kind of what's happening here. So
2 rifts. So the 1 of 2 Shadow Bombs remaining. Going to have to almost rotate through the sink. Dodges those with ease. 149 total. He's dropping just above. Oh my gosh. The landing there lands right on a ramp inside a tower that is 2 floors up. Drops in, build, quick double edit, falls into the player. Tactical shotgun, easy clap.
That's respect right there.
So fast.
No hesitation. Saw the opportunity, took the wall. That was the perfect scenario for him to be in. It's also going to allow him to upgrade that loadout. We'll see how he fares off in a little bit here, but now hopping over to Wheels, who's repeating the same rinse and repeat here. You want to just get to the zones. You want to be careful, too. Guys, when your shadow bomb is ending, if you're standing still, your silhouette is just there. Players can see you. I've seen players get punished in the past.
Oh, and he got it.
My God.
It was a teammate, too. WBG on WBG violence.
Cannibalism.
You hate to see it. Wheels. Oh, man. The reaction time there. If you get rifted up and you have an open slot for reload in your combat shotgun, there's a little the little gimmick you do right now where you quickly spam reload and shoot at the same time. And
I wonder, do you have to aim at that point?
Oh,
or
bro, yeah.
Did you just hit what's in front of you?
I've seen shots.
Like, that's the real question.
I've seen shots miss, but very often you're going to see a big hit because they're right on top of each other.
Yeah, they hit all the time.
Very, very accurate there.
I haven't been in a situation to pull that one off, but man, I think one highlight happened last weekend, and ever since, it is just... They've taken the play and added it to the playbook.
Pretty much everybody had their eyes on that and said, oh, okay, I guess this is how we're going to do things. And it just literally, we had one, I think it was yesterday.
Said, oh, these casters love that. Let's do that, dude. That's the highlight.
And we had one yesterday where a player went for 2 back-to-back and couldn't quite get it to happen.
Crazy.
To try and, it was literally the last player who had 70 HP, just picked him up twice with rifts. And
look. He tried to do it again.
He's trying to find somebody on the drop-in, man.
How crazy is that? But does a hard dive down. He's landing right on top of another fight here. What's going on up top? Oppa Whip. Wheels still in the game. C-Dub. Triggy.
Noberto.
So many combat shots just traded off, and Noberto won all of the
he dropped in, and then literally everyone down on the bottom with him is gone now.
Yep, that puts him right up to 3 elims. Here comes Wheels, just kind of making his way down. He's got to pop this slurp juice, though. Look at his health right now. Not sure why he's holding on to that, but it doesn't matter. It pays off because that fall damage is going to help him out tremendously. He takes some in return. Can he win the trade? He does. Didn't need the slurp juice after all.
Nah. He picked his teammate up, lifted him up in the air, took that elimination, multiple eliminations after that, Wheels, the Victory Royale. A crazy set of builds here. I love looking at these things afterwards, but what really matters is the play-by-play there. Every single strategy, and if we could, Zeke, take us through what you know.
Well, Dr. Lupo, the only thing I know is you're incredible. Thank you guys so much for casting. As always, you guys are amazing, and of course, I agree. The fossils are a great story that tells what all went down in that game, Sundown. Now, I know you've pulled some clips for us, so what you have to show?
So we're going to take a look, and the theme of this one is Galaxy Brain, putting that mental to the test and seeing what you're able to do. So first, Trashy picks up the low ground elim, and now 1v1. Aiden on the top, and he pops the shadow. Aiden heard it, and he goes to look at him, but Trashy's just like, I'm in the zone. I got the bandages. I'm good. Aiden goes out a little too early. Trashy is able to pop off the mini and then just turn back. Aiden spends the whole time looking for him, and Trashy just gets the nice, easy elim going. Had the heavy sniper ready, but now on board here with AU's Mankin. Looking for the shot. First, finds Pocket right out of the edit and then drops right around the side. But keep an eye on what he does here. Dropping down, loops around the side, finds synergy kicks, out into the storm. Now uses the shadow bomb and drops all the way around and just stands. He's just standing, waiting, flanks back up around to the tree, puts him on the mid-ground tarp. So everyone else now is fighting, and he gets this entire space to himself, picks up Clockstick, and the Siphon is enough to push him over the top. Brilliantly done. And Saf here now with the Galaxy Brain 2.0, aiming way back into the storm with the tactical assault rifle. Cool guys don't look at explosions or falling players. Zfakey going down there, and then Saf going to work with what he does best, finding his angle, picks up Cryptic, and the Galaxy Brain play to get high ground control. That was the only other player who could have possibly contested him. Slump goes down, and look at what he has in the loadout. Has bandages, has 100, can wait this player out. 8 more builds going through there. Starts hearing shots going and just controls the high ground out. Can't fire off, bandage, commit to it. The second it ticks over to 74, that is how you win a heal off. Those are the little things you have to do right. And you know what? Big brain Saf right there.
Big brain Saf. Now, of course, we're going to take a look at the standings, see how things are going. Now, again, guys, this is it. The final standings, or the final day, of finals for NA West. 2 spots up for grabs. And don't forget, Pika's already qualified. So that means these 2 spots shift down. 2 right now. Harrians and Spook, they're in a pretty good spot, but look at the point spread out.
Look at the point spread, and look who else is on this leaderboard. So Spook, Harrian, Saf, Domo, Rex, Deuces, Spectro, Maximo. That's basically Fortnite West in a nutshell, minus Aiden and Sean. However, we got a little bit of South Korea invasion going on. We talked about it at the start of the show. Metacino and Envy are playing in Canada this week, and last week as well, playing on NA West. And right now, he is 1 point off that qualification spot. Like, it would be such an incredible effort out of him if he can get one on foreign soil.
I mean, keep in mind, though, he does have 8 games played, so does Saf, right? So Spook and Harrians have a little more wiggle room. But again, it's going to come down to the wire.
It's down to it anyway. These guys, their game management time is right about there. The queues are getting towards the end of it. And I mean, we're about to find out who our last 2 players are.
Well, let's get back into more of these games, as of course, we're going to hop back over with the boys that are going to continue casting your games. Gentlemen, back your way.
Thank you very much, Zeke and Sundown, for your analysis. For some reason...
Dude, that board is so close, that top 10.
Yeah, it's scary.
Anyone's game
It's
right
scary.
now. I would say if you're in top 25, I'd put it that close. You're in contention right now.
It might even be deeper than that. You never know, because we saw, what was it, Mega dropped a 20 elimination.
Oh my gosh, yes.
In finals the last week. You're really going to go that big? Like, it's anybody's game. We do have just over 15 minutes left for NA West. If you're trying to queue, get your games in. Pay attention to the clock. Very important. We got Phil in an adorable Easter onesie. Hanging out here, 2 eliminations.
You know, one of the coolest things that Epic Games like Fortnite
Easter?
started doing
This is like a Christmas winter onesie. My bad.
The reskins, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You have something, and then you get more for what you already own. That's like the best thing.
As Courage would say, yeah, eat dab. Luchador, top left, pick it up an Elim. We're down to 39 left. Moving into the 6th circle, combat shotgun. Screaming for it, finds it. Are you kidding me? Flip-flop goes down 12 miles away with the epic combat shotgun.
And then people want the normal pump back. I don't know, man. I think you can put up the argument right now. The combat kind of dubs on the normal pump in almost every situation.
Unless you're in the same box. Unless you're in the same box. Yeah, if you're box fighting.
Which I'll be honest, I'm more of a box warrior. I'm way more of a box warrior. I just don't have. I don't playground, I guess, as much as these guys. You know, I don't do all that flashy.
You trying to tell me you don't crank 90s, Monster? I don't believe that for a second. I've seen you.
I crank 180s, bro.
That's
facts. I like to go down, and I just wait at that point.
Weird flex, dude, but okay. I see you. First set goes down inside the box. Speaking of boxes, box fighting. Legendary combat shotgun in the inventory of Phil.
But even then, I'll just pose this and then I'll let the topic go.
Oh, gosh.
Even in a box fight, dude, the combat is disgusting. You don't even have to swap over.
Oh,
you just
Reddit is going to pick this up and run with it, dude. You got to be careful.
Hey, this is 2 sides of the road here, all right? Respectfully walk with me here. Let's have this talk.
Respectfully walk. Follow me.
Follow me, youngins. Let me show you. Show some numbers here.
I understand what you're saying. Both weapons, they had their caveats. They are powerful within the wait. Barban did a reset and side edit on that pyramid so fast.
See, he's doing full 180, 360. This is me. I don't 90. Do those, dude. Just build everything.
Protective.
Honestly, though, he just dedicated a lot of material to setting up here.
He did indeed. It might pay off, though. He picks up an Elim or 2, rotates through the materials.
Oh, my
shots.
gosh.
Non-stop applying pressure with a swap between ARs, the combat shotgun from that distance.
What other weapon can do that? See? Point proven.
Touche. Your comment was in regard to box fighting, though, brother. Hold up. Slow your roll for a second.
All right.
Barber's
doing a really good job here. If you invest that much and then it turns into Elim, I say worth. But there's a platform. There's actually a dropship right above him. Unfortunate for him, he's going to have to give up the high ground because of it. The pressure was coming down, so lands in with someone. It's his walls.
No
okay,
trap,
man, to save himself.
No, he does have trap. Why is he not trapping?
He's just toying with him, you know? Protects left, protects right, comes back around. Hello.
Okay.
It's all his
He got the elimination, but he owned both walls. He owned all the walls, it almost looked like. Could have played a trap there. Multiple sides to pick that up.
It's passive.
All right.
Maybe he thought, what if he doesn't own it? The trap attempt, the hesitation, and gets you eliminated?
What? He knows that he owns it. He was editing the walls.
At that point.
He was literally editing the walls. A baller almost flies inside the box. He's sitting inside right now. Tons of builds. Not a lot of metal, but it is late game. No reason to hold on to those too much. And goes for the launch pad play.
Oh
to go for high ground
my.
lands.
Gets caught.
Literally exactly where he needed to challenge this. He might actually pull this off.
Ooh,
Quick build.
ooh,
Gets
ooh.
the walls. Here's the trap, brother. Dropping down inside. Shots back behind. The quick and the flip.
Let's go,
Are
Barman.
you kidding me?
Representing.
An immediate bludgeon.
He likes to be up here.
Well played,
How
Barman.
fast was that?
That stupid fast. That you Google it. Stupid fast. That's a real term.
It happened. You saw it. We commentated it. Barman's in it right now. Frags lands right on him. Is he going to fall victim as well? He's got the mats. He can do this.
Literally landing on a high ground platform, taking a play out of the book of Barman, it looks like, from literally just moments ago. Drop down, layer down just a little bit.
It's kind of interesting.
Last circle.
He knows the player above him, Frags, has got RPG, but he's got redeploy, so...
And a shadow bomb, just in case.
Like, he can totally get down, but if he goes down, then you're at the mercy of the rocket. If you stay up, you're burning material.
It's a tough situation either way.
Okay, he decides to go all the way down. That's the play.
Lands, boxes up, Frags. If he still has... There it is. RPG's coming down. Barman takes a big hit.
Shadow Bomb comes out, use it to get up and over the mountain. Someone ripped to go. This is going to distract Frag for a second, maybe to look up to the high ground. Can Barban get over the mountain?
It actually was the sound that went off, but it didn't actually occur, and Barban stuck in a 1v1 as Frags has the ultimate high ground and a rocket and a shotgun and all the time in the world. No builds, but it doesn't matter. An epic victory royale for Frags, sitting at 14 points right now.
Worth, though. He got his highlight.
Now, we only had an opportunity to catch just one little game. We're going to pass it back on over to Zeke. We are almost done for the day, so don't leave. I'll know.
He will always know, and he always does, in fact, know. He constantly spits out names of people that have left. He actually does know. Now, Fortnite fam, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us here in the final tail end of NA West. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to a short break. So what you need to do, get up, use the bathroom, get a drink, get some snacks, and come back because we're going to catch the tail end of NA West, and we're going to be punching tickets to the finals. So we'll see you guys after this 5-minute break.
When it actually qualified, it's actually such a relief, such a big achievement, and something I've been working for almost a year now. It feels really good.
I think it's one of my biggest accomplishments. It's just a massive, massive pool of people.
You need to be so incredibly proud of your son being one of the best, one of the best solo Fortnite players in the world.
It's still hitting me like slowly. I was literally just laughing. Like, I was laughing so much.
Wow, I won $50,000 guaranteed, and I'm going to New York.
Yeah, gonna get 50,000.
Oh, there you go.
As a kid, this is basically all you dream of.
The hype's really real.
It's a game I can compete in, and I think that's why I have so much fun in it.
Oh my goodness! What a play!
I'm incredibly grateful for Fortnite for giving me the opportunity to just pursue gaming, and how many friends I've made through this game.
Thank you for everyone who believed in me, because I honestly didn't really believe in myself.
It's gonna be so fun. I love it.
It's awesome. Thanks, Fortnite.
What's up, Fortnite fam? Sundown here, and today we are going to talk about shadow bombs and their impact on competitive play. If you haven't had a chance to use the shadow bomb yet, it is a utility consumable that drops in stacks of 2, and you can carry up to 6 per slot. When used, the shadow bomb grants the user invisibility, move speed, the ability to double jump, and the ability to wall jump. Shadow form lasts for 6 seconds, but will remain active after that window until the user touches their feet on the ground. We've seen Shadow Bombs already have a huge impact on some of the Fortnite World Cup online open qualifiers.
Can he hit it? Oh my gosh! He hits it! You freaking legend! Are you kidding me?
Now, let's hear what some of the players who have already qualified for the Fortnite World Cup final think of the addition of Shadow Bombs to competitive play.
I think with Season 9, the Shadow Bombs are a perfect mobility that has its downsides and upsides if you use it right.
I mean, I think Shadow Bombs are very balanced right now. They're a really good way of getting mobility considering they're an uncommon item.
I feel like they're a really good addition to the game. It's as good as a Rift to Go, maybe even better in my opinion. You can get your position wherever you want to, especially end zone. People don't expect it.
A little bit of HP left. Oh, yeah, pull it! You're gonna pull it!
It's a must carry. You know, when that zone pops and you're super far, you can pop a Shadow Bomb and just get to the next zone. It's great. I love them.
Shadow Bombs are amazing. Like, I reckon that's like one of the best things they've brought out so far, because you could just sneak into someone's box or like get high ground or like go low ground without taking damage.
There's moments where people clutch up, like very end game, like they might not have mats. And the Mr. Savage play where there's a hill and he went up it with the Shadow Bomb, it was just crazy.
They've got to go up the side of a mountain, and it's Shadow Bomb time. He's deciding to take storm damage. Yes. Mr. Savage! Oh my God! Oh my goodness! What a play!
The best Shadow Bomb use I've ever seen! Mr. Savage M rising to the top of the mountain.
Thanks for watching, and hopefully you learned a thing or two. What's the best way you've used a Shadow Bomb? Send us clips using the hashtag Fortnite World Cup, and we'll see you guys on the battle bus. Or maybe not, if you're in shadow form.
Week 9, Fortnite World Cup Online Open qualifiers. We're looking at the end of literally what has been 2.5 months of players working, competing, practicing, scrimmaging, and playing out of their minds as much as they can. Because right now, for NA West and for everybody here, this is the culmination of everything we've done thus far. The last day, Sunday, today, we have 2 positions in NA West that will qualify, make their way to New York City, punch that ticket, which for some reason the board doesn't like me. We're going to still see who might make it. Pika has dominated thus far in NA West. The entire time today that he's been out there has held that first place position, but that might not be the case. We will see. It's still anybody's game. And to close out today, I need 2 casters of legendary proportions, Zekimus Prime and Courage JD.
Man, today is all about complimenting. First Sundown says that I'm an amazing caster. Now Dr. Lupo with the generous, kind words. Don't look at me, Lupo. No. Oh, he's saying you're wide. Anyway, what's up, Courage JD? How you doing?
I'm great. I'm feeling really good. Excited for these last few matches here at NA West. You know, while we've been giving the players a lot of props, I want to take a moment here because while the other casters may not feel this way, I'm looking at you, production team, and people behind the scenes. I thank you for your hard work and dedication these last 9 weeks, and without you, this wouldn't be possible. I don't care what Zeke and Sundown and all of them say about you when the cameras aren't on. I care. Let's get into the games. See, I'm the only one that
I don't
cares.
know what to say because I'm the one who loves production more than you
I don't know about
and has
that.
known all these wonderful individuals longer.
Nope.
Weird flex.
See, they're clapping.
But okay, that's right. They're clapping,
They're
for,
clapping
me.
for me.
No, they're clapping for me. All right. Anyway.
They're clapping because your shoes are off camera. That's why they're clapping.
I guess because, anyway.
No, your shoes are fire, though. No.
Oh, thanks, man. Stop. Okay. All right, here we go, Courage.
Whoa, queue's closing 2 minutes, 25 seconds.
This is it, man. The tail end of NA West coming down here to the wire. The only spots available are 2. We saw the standings not that long ago, but those still very easily could change. A lot of these players trying to eke out as many points as possible via eliminations, high placement, the likes. And right now, every single decision they make is going to dictate whether they move up or down the standings, whether they make a mistake, whether they make a fantastic rotation and pick someone else off, shutting them down and ending their run. This is it.
This is everything that people have worked for. The last chance, all eyes on this region, players across the world who have not been able to qualify today, looking in and on to see who might make it in the final moments here. Stura Mura on your screen. A quick little tag with the combat shotgun there. Obviously has more in the inventory than just that. As he quickly does hit a reload. 39 players left in this lobby. With queues closing in the last couple minutes here, the next couple minutes, it's pretty crazy to think that this is the final moments of the Fortnite World Cup online open qualifiers for solos. As you know, duos going down in a little bit over a week and a half. We'll get back to here.
That's right. Don't forget, those times have been moved. It's now June 20th and 21st.
Yes.
And the times have been pushed back an hour, so make sure you know when to queue. Make sure to set your times. Things are a little bit different. Logos here going to be picked up in the crossfire as now Sturmura making his rotation. Look at all these players, man. This is just chaos. Everyone trying to get themselves to safety.
Yeah, you see Jarvis up in the elimination feed, taking down one. Moog as well in there. Down goes Axel. Stura just staying alive. Keeping options open, looking for shots, and wow, one player lands nearly inside the box. Stura, you saw, immediately spun around and tried to put a shot down range, but doesn't actually connect. We're now down to our top 29. Who will make it to the top 25 to earn those placement points? Stura staying active, want to make sure you don't stay still ever. Even if you're in your own box safe, you never want to stay still. You never know when a heavy sniper could come flying on in with a shotgun combination. One more player. Who will be the one? And that's Perrin, who goes down in 26th to the storm.
Top 25 has been reached. Everyone getting 3 placement points. Top 15 is that next threshold. Top 5 will follow, and the victory royale is worth the big old chunky 10 points. Now Stura here trying to send shots over, finds Jeremy Hacks there. Hacks back to the lobby. And now more will fall. Look at this lobby just thinning out so quickly. Jasper being eliminated there in 17th place. One more player. Whoever gets eliminated is going to miss out on those points. That's Proxy there going down. And look, this just keeps going down. Renegade 464 also being picked off.
Renegade cut down there. You see RJ all the way on the low ground alongside Crispy, who's gotten multiple eliminations so far this game. Jack on the high ground. Great name, but one player all the way in the sky up above everybody, playing that height to their advantage.
Lucid just says, all right, Sura, you've had a great run, friend, but I'm going to go ahead and have to shut you down. Look at the high ground, though. Kunichi up there with the double campfires burning. Biles here going to use that turret there to just give that floor the 1,000 HP just to secure his positioning. And again, man, we're going to see things slow down just a little bit, right, Courage? You know, people don't want to make mistakes. They're looking for top 5. That's when they feel the most confident. They can start making those plays. A huge 78 over on Jack there. Fortunately, he was taken over.
Yeah, Biles with the slurp, still just ticking, getting back as much health as possible. Oh, mid-shadow form gets ripped by that shotgun. Down goes the shields. Thankfully, another slurp in the inventory can be popped once the shadow form is ended, but either way, the damage has been done. Biles very weak at the moment, gonna have to stop and pop the slurp. You see a player with the Boombo on the other side of this wall. That's a very confident challenge, knowing the Boombo does a minimum 100 damage. Biles gets the win. Continue to build on out. Now in the top 5, the final amount of placement points have been earned, and down goes Biles there in the 5th place spot. Konichi still on the high ground. Waste Mendu Rusian, and finally Lucid, the last players remaining.
And Lucid has already shut down several players here. He's got himself in a top 5. Now, what does he do with this advantage? Konichi again on the high ground, 32 builds. Down below, Rusian 7, 8 elims. Chaining 2, one of them being Lucid, 0 builds right now. It is a 1v1, a massive 124 to the dome piece of Rusian. And now look, Konichi has the health advantage, but gets punished for not building.
He's going to spray it out.
Yeah, I mean, Rusian doesn't have any builds. He literally cannot do anything right now. He has to try and bring Konichi down, but look, Konichi just gets up on the hill and says, nice try. Nice try, Rusian.
If that zone doesn't go up a mountain, different story right there.
Yep.
But unfortunately, you saw right there as the zone moves on up, there's no opportunity to build up and match the player's height. And Konichi knows that, follows it up quite well in the end there. Nice victory royale as we move into our next game. Again, queues are closed, folks. No more opportunity to earn points now. It just comes down to these last lobbies that were already started before the queue shut down. You already saw Arkham on your screen in this one. Looks like we're going to be hopping on board with Voice, who is a player 1 box over.
7 eliminations already, Courage.
Yeah.
30 players remain, 29 to be exact, here in Storm Circle 5. So we're going to see these lobbies be a little less dense, right? Because these are the final few games of the queue. Remember, you have that 3-hour window or 10 games to play. You can queue up until those last few seconds. And then if you get in those games, you want to play those out, try to farm elims, placement, whatever you can, because every single point matters. Voice going on the offensive there, looking to try and establish himself a nice little home made of metal, nestle himself into safety. Look down below. You've got the likes of Arkham 1X in the lobby.
And there's someone trying to bust right into the box right now. Arkham doing everything he can to just defend himself for the moment.
Wow.
And that double-edged sword of popping a campfire. Looks like it's time to be the one on the aggression. Tries to claim the wall. Doesn't wind up working out. Immediately switches to another wall. Look at how fast the builds come through. And now we'll reset as this player has completely left that box. Arkham now pushing for every bit that he can. He knows you need every elimination possible to get those points up to qualify. Heavy Snipe comes in, can't get the wall replaced still. So whoever he's facing here doing a great job of stalling, hoping that Arkham just gives it up, and it looks like for the moment that's exactly what's going to happen.
So much control coming out of Arkham. Tracking is immaculate. Look at this. He finally closes in on the Penguin.
That was the same guy.
Yep, that was the same guy.
He
tracked him the entire
time.
No,
I think he's down to the left.
No, is that not him? Is that not Pinguino?
That's the person.
Him.
Down here, that's the guy.
No, it was Pinguino. It was Pinguino. I'm pretty sure. You might be right. Anyway, top 25. He's in there now.
He's done it.
He's done it. Man, 10 elims over on Arkham, though. And look, he's got builds for days. Double shadow bombs, 5 campfires. 5.
Yeah.
Hey,
if he goes to a late game heal off, he won't lose. I'll tell you that right now.
Drop 4 all around, you would sit in the middle.
Drop 4, and I think you just dance.
You just dance. I feel like that's the appropriate thing to do there.
Yeah.
And now look, we're moving over the lava. And you know that means hot feet for everyone that touches lava. That they don't want to do that.
Nope.
They're going to want to make sure to use those materials, build out over the lava, so you do not have to try it. Now, I love using lava. It only does a single point of damage, sends you forward. A little bit of control chaos. Now this player going to get built on. He's going to be in the baller. The baller's going to get cracked. Look, they tried to disengage.
Arkham is just W-keying every opportunity that he can right now. 11 eliminations, looking to get every point possible. Picks up 2 rifts and soars to the sky. Arkham in a fantastic position to keep raking in these points this game. Look at this. Every box. He is challenging every box he sees, Zeke.
He wants points. He is so hungry. The fish out of water. The lava has been chumped. He is looking to find more and more eliminations. Noli here from KNG. Unfortunately going to meet his end there at the hands of Arkham 1X. 12 eliminations, Courage. 12. Now he's going to use... it's unbelievable. Look at this. He's going to let someone else.
This is the confidence you love to see in a player. Heavy Snipe can't get into the box, but either way, high ground taken from Arkham. And still with materials for days, 16 players left. 2 more placement points about to be earned if he can live through to the top 15. Broke 1 player's shields, who's dropping all the way down. More challenging. He's going to continue to focus the right way, not tunnel visioning on those eliminations below.
That's
Instead,
literally what I was going
keeping
to say.
the focus on the people up top who are the greater threat at taking his high ground. And now look at how high up he is.
Look down below, though, Vinny. He's kind of, depending on where we go, if this continues to move, he's in a really tough spot. He's got to try and get himself up. Or, okay, this is actually moving, going to hug this little edge. He's just going to just roll his way down below. Look at this.
There's not a lot of builds left.
Completely sneaky snaking this. But, yeah, 10 builds. Well, okay. All right, and 15.
Enjoy. Arkham actually wound up using the final rift right there that he had. So really wanting to ensure he doesn't waste a ton of materials. Says, I'll just rift and retake high ground again, because that's the mindset that I'm on right now. Vinny pushing forward. Down to 3 builds, 2 builds. That's it. Can no longer defend himself. And with only a common tactical shotgun, this looks quite grim, folks. As Vinny is just stuck here hoping one of these players walks in front of him just like this. Good 78 tag. There's the elimination onto Lair, and some materials. Another player challenges, dodges the trap. Elimination down onto Fisku. Top 7 now in this lobby.
3 back-to-back. There you go, Vinny. And look at this. Arkham, again, in that high ground position. He's trying to shut down Deuces, who's just 1 tier below. Butterdie is below him, and then everyone else is on the lowest ground. I mean, Arkham is on a spree right now. 12 eliminations. If he hits top 5, a 17-point game minimum. He looks to pick off the player there. Could not quite. No, sorry, look, he's already in top 5. 2 more players.
He's at a 19-point game right now. 19-point game right now. Can he continue this one? Vinny's all the way on the low ground. He's challenging the 1 player on height. Of course, Arkham's going to win this. Okay, got a little quiet there. Got a little intensive for a second. Slowly getting knocked down. 1 versus 1. Arkham continuing to try to keep this height. This player's about to be in the lava. Arkham, 2 builds left. It's going to come down to this. He can't pop the minis. 1 shot, 2 shot. There it is. Arkham, a 14 elimination victory royale. 24 points. Talk about clutch right there, Zeke.
What a massive game. Especially here. In the last few moments, you're facing off against players that have similar point values. 24 points? Arkham, you're insane.
Wow.
You're nuts, okay?
Absolutely
Straight
wild.
up.
Into our next game. 29 players left in this lobby. Sinu on your screen. Currently boxed and set on up here. Taking down 1 tree. Want to get as much vision as possible. 2 Rift-to-Goes, 3 Shadow Bombs. All the movement you could ever want. Right now, not in the zone, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal for Sinu. So with those items of utility, can make it there quite easily.
Starts building down. Getting ready here because the storm is going to start moving. And now he's going to try and figure out how he wants to navigate this. You said it best. He's got the 2 rifts. He's probably going to be looking to catch players as they use their utility for rotations, whether it be launch pads. A little bit of an awkward bounce there, but maybe it was his intention. He marks where he's going to go ahead and go and use that to his advantage. Boxes up. Okay, all right. This is a fine position. Someone lands in the box. 113, Jay Young. Don't challenge Sinu.
Sinu wins that one and moves 1 step closer to earning those top 25 placement points. Shots coming in from all the way up top.
Another member of KNG, Tavern, excuse me, here. 6 eliminations on him. The loadout's looking phenomenal. Ammo for days. Mats for days.
Yeah.
The question is, how does he want to put this all into effect? How does he unfold his master plan to rack up more points? Because again, this could be his final game that we're tuning into, right? Because the queues are done. We're just kind of getting through some games, highlighting a few more players, and then we'll take a look at the final standings a little bit later on. Cypher going to be picked off just outside top 25. No placement points for him. You got to hope he's found at least a handful of eliminations before being sent back to lobby.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than getting this far in the game and dropping right outside placement. I talked about it earlier, but it really does mess with your mindset. When you're in a moment like this, you're like, okay, here's my opportunity. Get points on the board. Be in a fantastic position to up that score and then get cut down just before placement points begin to fold on through. Really no worse feeling. Tavern floating on towards his own. Will land in the storm and take 1 tick of 10 damage. That's worth it, though. Has established a little bit of extra height over the players on the very bottom lobby and returned some shots back to the player who was shooting down his wall earlier. Oh, beautifully done. Spots 1 player who was just on the edge of that zone, and he'll continue to put on pressure, and I love this right now, Zeke. You can't ask for anything better. Players who are under 50 HP with the zone at their back having to run right at you.
And this is just free food for Tavern. More eliminations to be racked up, points to be had. Now, if he can hit top 15, 5 points for placement total for him. You see him there on the left side of your screen, but on the right, again, just a refresher, these are the point values, 25, 15, 5, victory hour, all the placement thresholds. And every elim is a point. Down below, Mouse 1 toggler in very critical condition. Justin here on the right side of the screen. He's looking pretty healthy. Ethan down below as well is pretty hurt. Justin, though, 1 elim, 9 builds left. Someone hops out of a ball looking to challenge. He gets a great trade out, and he does have the half shield to top himself back off.
I like that.
Dude, he needs to find something.
I like the no hesitation on immediately popping the half shield. You've got zone moving. You want as much health as possible at this point in the game. You don't have a lot of builds. Literally every engagement, you need any advantage possible, and right now 50 more shield could make all the difference. Justin, 3 builds remaining. Player keeping him outside the zone. Great shot onto Free G. We'll grab at least 15 builds.
Oh, that's not much. A failed edit there is going to cost him 10 points of HP for the mistake there. He doesn't have the launch pad, but I don't know how helpful it's going to be right now. Okay, all right.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. It's not helpful when it's inside your own box. And now with no builds left, Justin is in a point of panic. Yeah, down it goes. A little bit frantic right there. Dropped down the wrong trap, and because of it, does go down. So 8 players left in this game as we continue to push on through towards seeing who will get the victory royale. You've got Sealmat a level below Tavern. Tavern now beginning to put pressure on. And we'll drop the player down lower. Smart play, keeps high ground, much more safe. Less of an opportunity of someone challenging.
He sees the white damage numbers on the player over one in that 1x1. More damage numbers. Those are blue, so remember those are shield damage numbers. Gonna start to drop back down. This is good. Rejoin everyone else down below playing Fortnite. Now, where is this player? He's hunting them down, Perch. He's still hungry. Yeah. He's on the 8 elims. You got to think he's trying to break that double digits.
I'm wondering if he's worried about this. Yeah, he build above. Someone did just land on height. That's what I was questioning for a second. Does get challenged, but it's Sinu, and Tavern gets the better of him right there. I thought that was going to spell disaster for Tavern, but it does not. And now we're down to our top 3. Hellboy, Sealmat, and Tavern fighting for the top spot.
And someone like Sealmat's been in these positions, right? He's made it into your top 3 several times. He knows how to battle this out. Immediately, look at that. Shuts down Hellboy in the 1v1. Now, Tavern standing between him and the 3 extra points from the victory royale. Tavern in the right side of your top right. Sealmat in the bottom right there. Now, if Tavern picks this up, this is a 20-point game for him. If Matt picks it up, it's a 16-point game. And it's Sealmat who's going to take the game away. Again, Sealmat's been in these positions before. He knows exactly how to capitalize and how to shut other players down.
And with how quick that player left, I assume they're trying to rush back into
hop back into
queue before that. Because remember, we are looking back about 10-15 minutes ago to where these last games were starting. Probably trying to frantically hop on in. 37 players left in this one. Again, we will have your final placings and the standings here after these last couple games. We'll show you every single person who qualified across the world for the solos competition. Now that we'll know every single one of the 100 players. It's incredible to think about, Zeke. We've made it here. Lupa put it best. The last 2.5 months have led to this point.
That's right, man. 2 spots in NA West, and man, just to think about it, you know, so many players have worked so hard. They've continued to grow over the course of the current 9 weeks. When we do hit that final week of duos, it will be 10 weeks. Just to see everyone grow, improve, level up, it's been a journey, you know. And I think at the end of the day, that's something to look back on and say, you know what, I'm nasty now.
I'm nasty now.
My gameplay is soggy.
It is soggy. People have very soggy gameplay out there.
I've heard about that. Yeah. I've heard many people say that. No Dr. Luke, but I've heard people say that. You're just old right now. That's all it is. 35 players in the current lobby. 10 more need to fall before top 25. Flock's inventory.
Oh, it seems like this player in the wood box here has been the one deemed from everyone. You must drop now, as all turn their attention towards Frost. As unfortunately, there's no way you're stopping that much spam, my friend. 32 left right now. 2 shadow bombs available. As now, players continuing to prepare for these storms to begin to move.
Here we go. Hopping down below, you see WBG Viz here. I'm curious to see what the loadout. You can see he's got the heavy sniper. Look at this. Golds for days.
Played solid gold mode. I think that's what's happening right here.
He's got himself the bandages if things get a little bit dicey, and of course the minis are going to help as well. Nothing in the ways of mobility, at least it doesn't appear that way, unless he does have launch pads and that visual bug is just hiding them from us. Makes things more intense. 31 players left. Hops in! S2's Mo just gets demolished.
Clean shot with the combat shotty right there. One clean motion. You love seeing stuff like that. Legendary combat shotgun just showing how good it is. Whether it's up close and personal or from medium to longer ranges, still gets the job done. Rifts going off, launch pads being placed, shadow bombs being popped. It's an all-out sprint to the next zone as people fight for the best position.
The question would be, where do we go from here? Do we keep going south into Neil Tilted? Now, I believe Pasty there is going to be picked up due to storm damage. Zenst here must have gotten a little bit of damage over on that player. Don't forget that new timer is up to 60 seconds. If someone is eliminated, you get that elimination credit. It's very, very helpful there in securing things. 28 players. Sense is sensing himself in top 25. Boom, immediately there.
That was a stretch. Can we agree?
All right. I'll give it.
Sense is sensing himself for the top 25.
I didn't expect it to just pop there. It was like 3 people were just instantly eliminated, so I just kind of jumped the gun. I should have made the joke a little earlier there. Macy here going to be picked up. Rusian going to be picked up. And look at this. Sense up on the high ground. Well, you know, this is his high ground now.
Yeah, I guess that's how that works. Playing from height, drum gun, 600 shots.
Wow.
On the high ground.
You know, the shotgun ammo, it's a little sparse right now. 25, it's enough to get the job done, but he can't spend too many, you know, if players are rifting up this guy, he can't send extra out.
On height at this point is actually where you go through the majority of your shotgun ammo, so I completely agree. You might be thinking, well, there's only like 15 people left. How much ammo could you really need? Well, when you have height in the late game, when everyone's flying around and you're putting shots down range,
you're using at least 3.
The custom is using shotgun ammo. But as I say that, he puts the drum gun to use, so Zen's keeping watch of that ammo himself, making the best plays possible with the different weapons in his arsenal.
He does have the 600 rounds. You mentioned it earlier, a 50 drum mag over on the drum gun. He's going to start putting it to work here, just trying to harass Flick, making him, you know, trying to dictate what Flick is doing, how he's moving, and when. Observers, you guys are just showing off here in the final few moments of this game. 10 players left. Viz finds Flick, though, with a Flick shot. I don't know what's going on with me right now. 7 eliminations over on Viz.
Respect it.
You know, I just feel like
my box.
Double 80s. Navi BB. I'm sorry. It's going to be back to lobby for you, BB.
Maxed out brick from that, too. So back up to over 50 builds. One player just in front. Again, you can tell Viz has the same mindset as what we saw earlier from Arkham. I have to challenge every player if I want to qualify. At this point, I need the best. I need every elim here, plus a victory royale if I want to have any chance.
And you know these players are actively looking at the leaderboard. They're actively pulling up and saying, where am I? Who is ahead of me? How many points do I need to close that distance? Or how many do I need to jump up? Am I in contention? Are we at tiebreakers? What is the difference right now? He's going to drop down immediately. Finds an elimination. Lopez 8, or Lopeza, YouTube.
Up the mountain.
All right, Zen still up on the high ground. Viz there closing the gap. Crayon there as well. Proverbs, he's got himself the ball, gets cracked, and look at this HP. He isn't critical. He's going to fall there. 3 players left, Courage.
Yeah, Viz in the bottom right of your screen. Zen still playing from the high ground. Crayon with shots coming in. All challenges come on to Viz, and Zen just says, hey, you guys fight. I'll come clean up whoever's left. And that's exactly what happens. Ending the game with a max 200 HP. Brilliantly done right there from Zenz. Keeping the height and dropping in when the time comes. Doesn't get much better than that as we prepare for our next game. Zeke, I think we're coming down towards the end here. Are you going to shed a tear?
Probably, man. Probably. It's so strange to think about. I remember at the beginning of all this, I was like, man, 10 weeks, you know, that's a long time. I did it before in Summer Skirmish, and it was long, and you know, I blinked, and then suddenly here we are, week 9. It's almost all said and done. Of course, we still have the finals that I'm, of course, looking forward to.
I don't think I've ever been more excited for an event than the World Cup Finals.
Man.
It is going to be absolutely insane.
I don't think the Fortnite fam is ready for how crazy the finals are going to be.
Yeah. It should be nuts. I know, I'm sure Epic's going to pull out all the stops for it, make sure it's quite the spectacle because, man, $30 million in prize money or whatever it is, plus the beautiful venue we're going to be in, New York City, the height of the summer. I mean, are you kidding me?
I look forward to it. Think about it often. And, of course, you know, it's going to be super fun casting those games. But for now, we got to live in the moment, Courage. We got to see what's going on with these players. Blixifier, he's on the 3 limbs. There's still 40 other players he could potentially, you know, devour for more points. One here. Nishi is just going to get picked off immediately. Look at this. Baller just going to go over, pick up all the loot. You know, okay, I was going to say, if I'm someone else watching this, you got to crack the Baller immediately. Don't let him get away with this for free. At least break the Baller, force him to use those materials he just picked up, and that is exactly what happens.
The Baller health updates have been great. It made them much more reasonable and competitive, and you see right there, a moment one player can peek on out and just immediately cut down that Baller, and now one less is available. Look at the full lobby. Nolan, 42 points. And knowing where some of the other players are stacking up point-wise, Nolan's probably a little bit far off from qualifying. Would need maybe the best game ever from here on out.
I mean, he would need to start a spree immediately. Looking at the loadout, it's a little sparse. I mean, dualies are great, but you just got to make sure you're up close, you're landing those headshots, and you can just shred someone's HP.
Yep.
Someone goes for the challenge of 127 with the tack. The dualies are coming out. He wants to challenge, going to go try and punch through this metal. He needs to try and do it fast. Do not let the HP bar tick up. He gets the wall replaced. The player defensively comes out with the wall ramp. Look at this. They're hugging, and another ramp comes out. The trap against the wall. Okay.
Dodge.
It's okay.
Dodge is fine. Dodge. These are the best players in the world. Zeke, they know how to dodge those traps. 29 players left.
You ever feel like it's like, you know, when you go to like a movie and you put on the 3D glasses and it's like it's in your face? That's what happens every time a trap comes out. I think it's like
right there.
It's going to be me that's eliminated. I get like flashbacks of all the times I've been eliminated via traps. All too many.
Dude, they are the most, like, the toughest way to drop. It used to be like much more humiliating when it happened because the trap used to have to be placed on a fully set wall. And it would take the time to obviously go with that. But now, with how fast the traps can go down for 150 damage, they're one of the best defensive tools when someone's aggressively pushing into your box. And that's a beautiful rocket right there.
Wow. The massive. That was huge. Blixifier is shut down. And if that was his last game, that's it. He cannot rack up any more points.
Nope.
Great angle there. Kamen is there on just below the tarp. Zed there. Oh my gosh, look at the HP. Just gone. That's it. Vinny Recon there. So many names. Maximos in this. Harrians is in this. People contesting for those 2 spots available. And look at this. We hop in, of course, with Harrians. 3 elims.
71 points.
This could go any way, man. If Harrians could just drop a massive game here, find elims, at least 5 more, let's say, at minimum.
I mean, have we seen anyone near 80 points? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So, obviously, we don't know the official standings yet. We'll give them to you in just a few minutes. But right now, looking at all things considered, Harrians has been in the top 10 throughout the day. Right now, still at 73 points as he gets 2 more for placing top 15. Tries to drop the player in from up top. 9 builds left. Harrians wants to pop this other mini. And from here on out, I think it's going to all come down to just good use of the weapons that he has. Tack shotgun comes in. Only gets a brief little tag. Nothing too much on that player down below. You shadow bomb away. Harrians cannot finish up that elimination. He's made it to the top 11. Now challenges all the way to the low ground. A rocket does connect, but he gets some health on the elim. Knight, though, takes Harrians down from the back. And here are your final 9 players in this game. Barrel all the way on the high ground.
So we got to remember, 75 points is where Harrians is at right now. As we look at other players, just peek down. So Nolan is right now 49. He's very well and far away from Harrion. So right now, I think, I don't remember the standings. I've been so focused on these games. Nolan here, he needs to make the play of his life. Knight goes down. Nolan is 1 elimination away. There he goes. Herbley goes down to Tokata. Shuts him down. He's got the placement points. He needs to make the play of his life right now, Courage.
Starts with that. First shots come in. Rocket now out. Second elimination comes through.
He got both.
Siege J goes down. Nolan, 53 points again. Still don't think it's going to be enough, but at this point, it's valiant efforts playing for pride. Rocket comes through. Does it knock a player down? Only one build left. He hears the mini being popped. He knows the person's got to be weak. Oh, they're just below. Great challenge from...
Oh, my God. The flank shot over on Barrel.
Cracks him right there. The tree up above. Is this about to drop this player down?
I believe so.
Does it drop the player down?
Yeah, it should, unless he's got build.
Here
Here he comes! Oh, my God!
Wow. A clean shot from Nolan on the Takata, the victory royale. Unfortunately for him, 58 points, probably not enough. Either way, great final performance.
Absolutely mind-blowing games out of NAWest. But for now, guys, we're going to send it back in the studio. Let's go meet up with Dr. Lupo and see what's up.
NA West, absolutely ridiculous. Nolan literally owning the entire end game there, putting on an excellent show. The choice to rocket at just the right time, drop players in from above. Wild combat shotgun shots. You love to see it. And that actually is the final game for NA West that we're going to show you, which means it's time to take a look at the standings in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We're going to throw to a break. Sorry to debate you a little bit, but I had to do it. We'll be here when you come back. See you in 10.
What's up, Fortnite fam? Sundown here, and today we're going to cover some of the basic terminology you should know when watching competitive Fortnite. If you're familiar with high-level gameplay, these should be commonplace and a nice little refresher. If you're a little newer, buckle in, because you're about to learn up. Rotations. A rotation is the path a player or team takes to get from their current location to the next safe zone. Rotations cover not only the direction the players choose to path, but also the method they use to get there. A lot of different forms of utility enable rotations, including vehicles, rift-to-goes, building, shadow bombs, and glider redeploy. A player's ability to rotate effectively is key because this determines what type of engagements they'll be facing and whether or not they're at an advantage or disadvantage. Gatekeeping. Gatekeeping is when a player who is secure inside the safe zone puts pressure on an opponent who is forced to rotate because of the storm closing in on them. The gatekeeper is able to get uncontested shots onto the opponent, as they are forced to move due to not wanting to take damage from the storm. You will see a lot of top players utilize this in order to create opportunities to get eliminations and points. High ground advantage. High ground advantage is when you have a height advantage over your opponent and are looking down on them. Having the high ground enables you to have more access to information and easier ability to take and hit shots. You will frequently see players battling for high ground in all stages of the game, but in particular during the late game. The ultimate high ground is generally the player or team who controls the highest level during the final circles, and they have a number of advantages. They are typically the least threatened, can decide when to drop down and start taking fights, and also have great angles to punish opponents with AoE weapons or rifle fire. Low ground warrior. The next term is the opposite of the high ground. The low ground warrior is the player looking to sweep along the ground floor, taking close quarter combat fights and forcing opponents to make the first move. This can also be efficient because it often doesn't require as many materials or as much of a risk to gain control of, but can also lead to being in a lot more chaotic of an environment. Backside of the storm. Speaking of chaotic environments, our next term is possibly the most perfect embodiment of this. The backside of the storm is when the safe zone is closing in towards a new one and the players are clustered in towards one edge. Generally, it is very high density of competitors, and you will find a lot of interactions, engagements, disengagements, and eliminations occurring at this point, particularly for those low ground warriors we just talked about. 1x1s. 1x1s are the most basic proponent of building in competitive Fortnite. This is when a player boxes themselves in using their own builds, making them safe from outside fire. This technique can be expanded on to allow for players to take control of the space around them, but it all starts with the 4 walls around you, then a floor plus ceiling that each have a pyramid on. Tunneling. Tunneling is the first basic expansion of the 1x1s. Tunneling is when players create a tunnel out of their own builds in order to rotate safely. This is typically done by putting out floors and ceilings in either a straight or diagonal path, then covering your sides with walls as you advance. This allows players without utility to rotate for maximum safety. 90s. 90s are when players utilize vertical 90-degree rotational building in order to build upwards as fast as possible, while also remaining covered. This enables players to try and gain high ground advantage or outplay their opponent to get a quick, different angle. You'll frequently see them used in mid-game build fights or in endgame scenarios where players have to build up very quickly. This has been a quick rundown of the common competitive terms that are frequently used on broadcast. If there are any other terms you're unfamiliar with, let us know using the hashtag Fortnite World Cup and asking for an explanation. We hope this helps you level up, and we'll see you all on the battle bus.
Zeke, this is it. This is the last chance, all right? People need to know about this block party, all right? This is your last opportunity to get them involved, to get them hyped. Zeke, everyone's going to be there, all right? DJ Zeke's going to be there. DJ Sundown's going to be there. Everyone's going to be there, all right? The people are waiting. All right. You know what, man? I'm DJ Zeke. I don't need no card. But what you need to do is buy your tickets to the block party. Tickets are only $35, Fortnite fam. Listen, all right? June 15th, 16th at the LA Forum. Day 1, Creative Showdown. Listen, all right? Team Evolve built an incredible map. Spoiler alert, it's dope. Day 2, Celebrity Pro-Am. 50 pro gamers, 50 celebrities, all battling out for a $3 million charity prize pool. What more do you want? What more do you need? Fortnite fam, you need to be there because we are ready to party with you. Bam!
To actually qualify is actually such a relief, such a big achievement, and something I've been working for almost a year now. It feels really good.
I think it's one of my biggest accomplishments. It's just a massive, massive pool of people.
You need to be so incredibly proud of your son being one of the best, one of the best solo Fortnite players in the world.
It's still hitting me like slowly.
I was literally just laughing. Like, I was laughing so much.
Wow, I won $50,000 guaranteed, and I'm going to New York.
Yeah, gonna hit 50,000.
Oh, there you go.
As a kid, this is basically all you dream of.
The hype's really real.
It's a game I can compete in, and I think that's why I have so much fun in it.
Oh my God! Oh my goodness! What a play!
I'm incredibly grateful for Fortnite for giving me the opportunity to just pursue gaming and how many friends I've made through this game.
Thank you for everyone who believed in me, because I honestly didn't really believe in myself.
It's gonna be so fun. I love it.
It's awesome. Thanks, Fortnite.
right, Fortnite fam. This is it. 9 weeks of work. 5 of those have gone to solo competition, and now we are here to find out who the final players are that will be joining us in the Fortnite World Cup. Now, first, of course, we've got this guy, Sundown. But so I was going to say, first, you guys have been super excited on social media. You know we love interacting with you. Let's take a look at all the exciting things you guys have been posting about. Of course, so many people qualifying, many excited about it.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
An aspect.
Zero ping.
Let's go, baby. Zero ping, OP.
Zero ping, boys.
I heard that lets you take walls easier.
Yes, indeed, apparently.
There you go.
This is my favorite one right here. Just MQ. This is unreal. Thank you guys for believing for everything. All you need is to believe in yourself. Love you guys. Just subscribe to my YouTube right there. It's like going in a nice little emotional message and then slides the plug in.
He must
Courage
watch.
taught him well.
He literally must watch Courage JD all day.
Listen,
there you go.
Gotta know how to plug. Simple as that.
Don't. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fortnite fans across the globe, we know what you're waiting for, and that is the NA West results. Who will be the 2 players that have punched their tickets and will be joining us in the World Cup Finals in New York City? You guys ready to find out?
Yes, sir.
Want to see this?
Here we go. Arkham 1X. Now, Pika, of course, is already qualified, so that means Harryans will be coming through. Congratulations to both players. Are you guys surprised? I mean, I feel like we've been seeing Harryans literally all day.
Not surprised at all. I mean, Arkham and Harryans have been fantastic. Harryans was in that top spot in the semifinal as well. The one thing to note here on the NA West leaderboards, there was a match that launched after the time window. It will end up being invalidated. It did not impact the qualification spots, but the order might change. So if you check the leaderboard out maybe tomorrow and something's a little different, that's why. So just wanted to give you a little heads up in there. But again, congratulations to all of these guys. Such incredible players snagging the final 2 spots. That's it. The solos competition is now set. The pool is there. And I mean, it's going to be absurd.
Man, cannot wait for World Cup Finals. Now, of course, guys, just to give you a refresher as to how the entire day went, let's take a look back. We'll start with Oceania. Remind you guys who was qualified. That is Rona Season or Sazman. You know, it's fantastic to see this player come through. So much work, so much has gone into his trip. And now, Courage, he's made it through. He's got himself a ticket.
What a relief it must be. Obviously, it's a whole different story when you're in one of those regions where there's one spot. It's something to think about where it's like winning the lottery. You have to have everything go right. Then to not only fight for it, but it's across a window. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon that you need to play through the entire day and do well. Sazman, congratulations. It was great talking with him earlier. You can just tell how excited he is.
Got anything? Oh, I thought you were going to say something. All right, moving on along. Asia. Let's take a look and refresh your memory as to who will coming through. That is Moffin XD. Again, similar story in Oceania. Actually, 1 point making the difference there. So Sexy Boy being edged out at the very end by a single point or an elimination. You hate to see it, Sundown, but still awesome.
It was so rough for Sexy Boy, too, because he got off to a really good start, and then there was, I think, his middle 5 games. He ended up only getting 3 eliminations and then was like 50-something, 40-something, so he's playing them out. Popped off in his last 3, but it wasn't enough. Best of luck to him in Week 10 in the duos competition because he's played so absurdly well. But even bigger congratulations to Riddles Moffin taking that single qualification spot, the last one coming out of Asia for solos.
Now moving on along, we've got Europe, so let's take a look at this and give you guys a fresh reminder. This is, I believe, the first time, Lupo, we've seen the top 8 just being a top 8. Not like several people that have qualified and shifting everything down.
A brand new array of players making their way in. But that being said, they're not names necessarily that we haven't seen before. We have multiple players from Lestream qualifying. Finally, one of Courage JD's go-tos every single time. Mongrel right there, smack dab in the middle at 5th. It doesn't surprise me to see who we see on the board. And it doesn't surprise me that we're having big swings in terms of players that are maybe more or less consistent, because as Fortnite develops and changes, you have people that adapt to it very quickly, some that struggle a little bit, but like you have consistent players throughout the entire event. I have to call specifically to Lestream, both those players very, very good, but all the way at the top. and Dreda. We talked about it earlier. 200s, a 600, and then out of nowhere just smashes his way all the way to the top, first place. Love to see that.
He'll do indeed. Now, of course, guys, we're going to move on. Brazil. Monster, you and I got to hang out for that region. Clip Node. I mean, we just saw clip after clip of Clip Node there. And for him to shut out people, I know, like Red Techno Viking, people like Red Snow, the 9Z duo, members of W7M.
Yeah,
for Clip Node, this is huge.
And I mean, and it's just so painful to see people like Techno Viking just not be able to squeeze through. Even Oli King, who had a great performance yesterday. And then today, just like coming in 6th is also a great performance back to back. So, guys, you have to give respect to anyone who's been hitting these top 10 boards. This is not the end of the road for these guys.
Also, for Techno Viking, it breaks my heart to say it, but he posted a tweet afterward. There were 3 weeks where Brazil had 1 spot, and there were 2 weeks where Brazil had 2 spots. In the 3 weeks where Brazil only had a single spot, Red Techno Viking was 2nd place every single time. That is the definition of heartbreak right there, to be so close and then so far away. A brilliant effort from him, but again, it's the consistent players we see. And I call Clipnote out, I think it was week 3 or 4. I'm like, hey, he's on here every single time, puts it all together week 9.
Well, there you go. Now, of course, guys, we also did have NA East over on deck. We got to see them a little earlier on. Courage, this is the list.
Yeah.
These more familiar names and even some new ones.
Yeah, we saw it went down to the wire already at the top, the 3 players who had already qualified, but Legendian, Relief, I know, to have made it on through. Aspect we spoke to, it shows the dedication. These guys said, hey, we haven't made it here yet. Let's give ourselves the best chance possible. They literally moved to a new place just to be together, to be able to get the best practice and the best, performance opportunity to perform well, and Aspect does it. A worthy investment, has now made it on through. Creo sneaks in just at the end, if you remember, came down to the wire. But a very worthy 6 qualifying players here from NA East. Excited to see them.
And you know what? I'll never forget Aspect's opening, because it was the legit start of everything. He popped off like a 20 bomb, which we thought was never possible in the pre-qualifier. And he didn't pull through, but I just knew back then. I was like, dude, Aspect's got something special going on. So good to see him come in the final moment. So big week opener. Great week closer for as far as solos go, and good to see him pull through.
Yeah, for sure. Now, guys, of course, we've got to add the names to the wall. So, Lupo, do you just go ahead and
do the first one?
I was about to say, we'll get the first guy up there. Congratulations to Arkham, another double qualifier in there the last weekend. Do you believe?
I don't even know what the point is.
Wait, hold on. Twitch chat, everyone viewing, send Lupo your energy now.
I don't even know why you bothered. It's not going to work, dude. It's not going to work. Whatever, dude. I'm done with this.
It just did it.
All right, well, guess we lost Lupo there. He gained the magic touch, but just walked off the stage. Harrians in that final spot. These are your last 19 qualifiers for the solo qualification, and what better way to close the show and close the solo qualifiers than talking to the man himself who was in that last spot. Harrians, you there, man?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
What up?
So,
amazing.
I'll ask you the stereotypical first question. You got out of the game, you checked the leaderboard, all was said and done. What was the first thing you did?
I joined my friend group's Discord, and I was just kind of freaking out a little bit. I don't know what to say.
Well, I mean, freaking out is definitely the appropriate response. So after big semifinals yesterday, I saw you kind of VOD review, go through your stuff. Did you kind of feel it today? Did you know you were going through? Because we've seen you in the competitive scene all the time, but kind of in the World Cup qualifiers, you've been just outside the top and pressing towards it. What was the difference today?
Today, I would just say I played really consistent. I got into my late games. I was able to get early rotations and get picks on backside of zone, and eventually just played that consistently all the way through.
You were consistent indeed. The point total saw it. And I mean, your gameplay really speaks to just the decision-making process. So what's kind of going through your mind when you're in those tense situations? Were you thinking about the qualification spot, or is it just all about know your practice, do your drills, get yourself to the right spot?
I mean, I knew what I had to do. I had like 4 shadow bombs in my last game, so I knew I could at least make it through 2 moving zones, maybe even 3 if I used them right. And I knew that I went into that game with like 66 points. I knew if I picked up like around another 10, 8, 10, somewhere in there, I would definitely have a good shot.
I got a question for you now, Harrians. I mean, it felt like every time we tune into you, man, you're just slaying left and right. It was like you were a walking montage. What has practice been like for you? Because today was your day. You put everything together, and it was unbelievable.
Well, these last, the first few weeks, I noticed that the one thing that I was doing well was I was placing well. I was always like top 10 every game. I was getting placement points, and I was like 75% placement points. And I knew I need to start getting kills. So these last few weeks, I've been really just working on box fighting and taking early and mid game fights to get those better or easier kills early game, and then that'll take me into late game with even more loot.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Harrians, massive congrats. Thank you for taking time to talk with us. We want to give you the floor now just to plug your social, send thanks to whoever. Floor is yours, my friend.
Twitch.tv/Harrions. That's all.
There you go. Wait, is it Harrions or Harryons?
Harryons. Oh,
I was unintentionally right. Thank you so much. We'll see you in New York City, where we will get a slice of pizza.
Awesome.
All right, Harrians. Thank you so much. That was Harrians. Massive congrats.
Unintentionally right is the only right you ever are.
Okay. All right. Can't make it through an entire show. All right. Well, Fortnite fam, again, that is it. We know the 100 players that are going through to the finals, and I think the only fitting way, of course, is to run through all of them together.
Have to do it.
We have to do it. So I think we should go ahead and do that. You guys can kind of
literally told us we have to do it.
Well, there you go. You ruined the magic. Here you go.
Here it is.
Taking a look at this. I mean, and Sundown, we'll start with you and we'll kind of go around. Give me 2 players, just out the gate.
Right off the bat, Prisionero, and I'll take the easy one, Dubs. The Spanish player, and then the young sensation out of the East.
All right. Dr. Courage, you want to go?
That week 1 is stacked from NA, especially.
Crazy.
Week 3, looking at it as well. Top Banny, someone that was always there. How do you not point out Tifu? Also, Dementos, that duo partner originally of Mongrel. Now they're qualifying in week 3. Very talented players.
Monster?
Let's take a look here. NRG's AT, veteran on the scene, has been putting in good work, and just if I had to choose another shout out, why not give it to Buck, who had one of the most emotional videos, even brought me to a couple tears, man. Shout out to Buck, dude.
Finally, Lupo.
Honestly, the first spot I go to, the players from Brazil have always put on an excellent show. So anytime you have a chance, like Nix, anybody like that shows up on the board, I love that. South America coming in big. I love to see it.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, the final week, these are the 19 that are joining us in the Fortnite World Cup Finals. We have our 100. Fortnite fam, be hyped. Send them all some love. Take time to just find their socials, find their content, send them all the love in the world. And I think the last thing I want to do before we go ahead and head out, Sundown kind of talked about this a little bit earlier on. And, obviously we want to celebrate everyone that's qualified. It means the world to them. But if you made it to finals, the top 3,000 players, and you didn't qualify, keep your head up. I know it's very easy to get down. I know. But you made it there for a reason. You're an incredible player, and you deserve to make it to the finals that day.
It was absolutely incredible, like we talk about, and Lupo even kind of touched on it as well. It has been a grind. There's one more week left. This was your last shot for the solos, but put all of your focus into that duo competition. Keep your head up. Keep the momentum rolling, because you need the confidence. You need the strong mental game, and don't give up. If you want to keep playing, there's always something to play for, whether it's out there in the community, people starting to run their own events, or whatever happens in the future. You can do it if you set your mind to it and if you genuinely want to.
That's right. Even though you did not qualify, your journey does not end. Your Fortnite journey begins right now. Now, Fortnite fan, before we say goodbye, don't forget Week 10 has been moved. It is on the 20th and the 21st, and we're back an hour, so make sure to set your calendar and your times, because it is the finals for the duo competition. Gentlemen, thank you guys so much for being here with us, casting games. Fortnite fam, thank you guys for being here with us and enjoying all the Fortnite action, but that's it from us. So, of course, don't forget to thank your bus driver, and we'll see you guys on the Battle Bus. We are getting ready, guys. The final opportunity for a lot of these players to qualify.
Use the RPG to drop down Clarity. Clarity has zone position, gets the first shot, and Casker finds it!
Knocks the one player down to the box. Shotgun comes through.
Dropping down inside, shots back behind. The quick
Okay,
and the flip.
Let's go,
Are you
Armin.
kidding me?
Arkham here. The lowest HP, the Rocket gonna come in and protect himself.
He's in the zone. He's
oh my God!
Got it!